The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Russia is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Until the great mass of the people shall be filled with the sense of responsibility for each other's welfare, social justice can never be attained. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Once I knew only darkness and stillness, my life was without past or future, but a little word from the fingers of another fell into my hand that clutched at emptiness, and my heart leaped to the rapture of living. To me a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass is more welcome than the most luxurious Persian rug. The most pathetic person in the world is someone who has sight but has no vision. It is a terrible thing to see and have no vision. There is no king who has not had a slave among his ancestors, and no slave who has not had a king among his. The marvelous richness of human experience would lose something of rewarding joy if there were no limitations to overcome. The hilltop hour would not be half so wonderful if there were no dark valleys to traverse. There is no such thing as public opinion. There is only published opinion. Of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. No one has a right to consume happiness without producing it. Science may have found a cure for most evils, but it has found no remedy for the worst of them all, the apathy of human beings. Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. No pessimist ever discovered the secret of the stars, or sailed to an uncharted land, or opened a new doorway for the human spirit. Life is an exciting business, and most exciting when it is lived for others. It's wonderful to climb the liquid mountains of the sky. Behind me and before me is God, and I have no fears. People do not like to think. If one thinks, one must reach conclusions. Conclusions are not always pleasant. College isn't the place to go for ideas. Smell is a potent wizard that transports you across thousands of miles and all the years you have lived. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Love is like a beautiful flower which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. The highest result of education is tolerance. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. All the world is full of suffering. It is also full of overcoming. Strike against war, for without you no battles can be fought. As selfishness and complaint pervert the mind, so love with its joy clears and sharpens the vision. No matter how dull, or how mean, or how wise a man is, he feels that happiness is his indisputable right. We may have found a cure for most evils, but we have found no remedy for the worst of them all, the apathy of human beings. While they were saying among themselves it cannot be done, it was done. I do not want the peace which passeth understanding, I want the understanding which bringeth peace. It is for us to pray not for tasks equal to our powers, but for powers equal to our tasks, to go forward with a great desire forever beating at the door of our hearts, as we travel toward our distant goal. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. What I am looking for is not out there, it is in me. Life is either a great adventure or nothing. I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish small tasks, as if they were great and noble. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light.